Okay, Drew, Timme, we love you. You're a great player, a lot of skill, but we got to expose some problems here with the footwork. Let's get into it. The first clip here, we have a post up in the left block. Now, we could ignore this little thing here where he picks the pivot foot up before the ball gets out of his hand, whatever. But watch the right foot is being established on the spin as the pivot foot. So it does pivot around on an axis. It moves a little bit, whatever. The referee just has to be standing right there, big deal. But watch this. On the initiation of the contact here, that foot starts to move and then boom, it slides at least 6-8 inches there. And then he gets a little bit of a fadeaway, doesn't go in, but come on, that should be a turnover right there. Now, the duck in, he lands on a jump stop. Boom. Now he lifts that left foot up, which means the right foot is the pivot. Watch that right foot move again. There. Okay, he steps in as he's getting a little bit of contact there. That's not supposed to be allowed. And then look, I love the UCLA guy on the bench totally caught that one. Great view. The referee was standing there, had even better view. What's going on here? We have another kind of a jump stop where he lifts both feet up off the ground on the catch, but then watch, he puts the right foot down. That's the pivot foot, the left foot's still in the air. Then he lifts that pivot foot, puts it back, which is legal. Then he puts it back down, which is the travel before jumping and shooting the ball. That one is tough. It's a lot of people around there, but you got to get that one too.
Oh, look at the footwork. I mean, yes, just an incredible fundamental player.
All right, Stan, you want to say that. We all want to have that narrative, but again, we get another egregious one down here. Everyone loved this one on Twitter, where here, right foot is the pivot on the spin move in college. That moved a little bit there, but we'll let that one slide a little bit. Now he can pivot on his axis. It moved again, but okay, we'll let it go. Now he can go to his heel, that's okay, and then back to the ball of his foot, that's okay, but now watch him completely lift in step. That advantage gets him underneath the player and gets him the bucket. Now maybe they didn't give him the foul because they saw it travel, but geez Louise, the referee is right there. What is happening, guys? And I'll tell you what is happening. It's called So Rare, and it's a sports fantasy game in Marketplace with officially licensed digital player cards from the NBA. Got to register for a pickup league this week. Let's see what we got here. So remember, I got 120 points to use. Each player's got a point ranking here, 45, 42, 38. So of course, I got to pick up Steph Curry, right? But let's see here. I love Josh Giddey. Let's put him on here. That's 35 more points. Let's do Vooch. So if I go Brandon Ingram, I won't have anything left. So I got to go a little bit lower here. Let's do Marcus Smart. Why not? He gets some points here. I got 23 left, which makes Xavier Tillman probably the last guy. So I can hit that and submit. This is my team. This is what I'm riding or dying with. And I'm curious how I did last week when I look at this. So here we go, 182 points. And if you look at that in the overall leaderboard, look at that. I got to be 5th. Nice. Got some extra cards here as a gift. So this is really fun. A lot of stuff to do here. You can also get autographed jerseys, and winners of my limited contender tournaments coming up can win a $100 NBA store gift card. Click on my link and you get 20 free common cards to get you started. You got to try it. You love it. So rare. Now, we get another post up here later on in the game, and this one's another one of these problematic ones because watch that left foot. He established it as the pivot, and then as he, oh my goodness gracious, as he spins, it lifts up. That's another 8 inches. That advantage is huge to get him down underneath the player and then into the basket there. Again, the referee has an unimpeded view of this. So does the slot here. He doesn't see it, and he gets that bucket. That was big.
And he does such a great job keeping that pivot foot and with that spin.
Oh my goodness. So the announcers need to figure something out here because they don't see it. We don't see it. I'm here to expose it. Timme, we love you. Clean this stuff up now. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna believe this, but after that viral tweet of the video I just showed you guys, we had the next game against UConn several hours later, and look what they end up calling. The refs see Timme go to the basket and do a spin move. Now remember, in college, that normally where the right foot would be the pivot foot because he ends the dribble here, but they allow you to now have the left foot as a pivot foot when you do a spin in the lane like this in the NCAA. And then look what he does here. The left foot lifts and then moves again, and that's a really big advantage to get him wider, and they call the travel. It's unheard of. He's been getting away with this like his entire college career as far as I know, but there it is. He plants that left foot. That is the pivot, and watch it. It's going to slide and move laterally. A huge advantage to get him outside there. Call it, leave him completely mystified on the ground. After the timeout, he was still confused trying to ask the ref, but the ref was like, hey man, I didn't make that call. I don't know what happened. Let's go to another play where they called him a couple minutes later for a gather step travel. Now he ends up completely confused, has no idea, trying to tell the referee, wait, that was my pivot foot. But watch what he does here on this move. As he attacks the basket, he's going to pick the dribble up with the both hands, and the left foot is down right there. It is obvious. The left foot is down. The dribble is ended. Now he takes a right and then a left. Now remember, that might not even look that strange to you in real time, and a lot of these kind of moves do not get called travels in NCAA. They're normal, but this is a gather step that's only allowed in NBA and FIBA, and they got him because they were looking for it. But you can understand why he's really confused, trying to point out that where his pivot foot was and why it wasn't, is because in the game against UCLA earlier, he did a gather step travel here. You can see him getting really hyped up about this, a big move and a nice finish there at the basket, but again, this is a travel because after the spin move, he then has one other dribble, ends it here with a left foot down clearly, then goes right left. That's too much of an advantage, and they didn't call it then, and that's why he was so surprised they called it against UConn. So don't forget, we love your game. I loved watching you for 4 years, but we got to clean this stuff up, and it's really too bad that I guess it threw you off your game. I feel terrible about that and what happened in the Elite Eight, but there's a lot of other things that happened, and god darn it, UConn played so amazing, didn't really matter, but still, great college career, love watching you play it, but let's clean all this footwork up.